Have you ever wished you could slap down a wad of cash and pay for anything you wanted to? There are numerous reasons why paying for cash is so appealing to so many people. One, you own what you just bought because you used your own money to pay for it, not someone else's. Two, you got to pay a better price because you don't have to pay interest. Three, you won't add to your growing pile of debt. So, making the switch, is it possible? How do you get to that place? That's what we're going to talk about in today's video. Hi, I'm Cameron from Triggator. I'm here to help you keep track of your money, watch it grow, and boot debt out the door. If that's something you need in your life, then hit the like and subscribe button and get notified every time I put out a new video. I pay cash for virtually everything. It might be in the form of a debit card, but I never go into debt. It's not hard to set up, and I'm going to show you exactly how to do it. I will say, even if you're someone who likes to use credit cards for points and rewards, you should never carry a balance on your credit card. So you can do this method with a credit card if you have no balance and you pay it off before you accrue any interest. Step 1. Make a list of what you'll have on your plate this year. Start by thinking of all the big expenses that come up for you each year. It could help to look at a calendar to check what important events you celebrate. You can also go through an account statements or past bank statements to find what dates and when your annual subscriptions or responsibilities will renew. A few common items that come up are holidays, birthdays, anniversaries, car, home insurance, vacations, kids' sports, fees, etc. I also have a memory jogger worksheet that lists dozens of possible expenses you might want to save for. You can get access to this worksheet in my free printables library in the links below. Step 2, create a savings goal for each item on your list. Figure out how much money you want or need for each item on your list. This can be the hardest part, but it's totally worth the effort. Here are some tips to simplify things a little and get you started. 1, again, refer to old bills or bank statements to see prior year spending for amounts for things like car maintenance or membership rates. 2, call experts to see what they charge or for what you're planning for yard maintenance or how much you need for new cars. 3, research online and get a good estimate of what your vacation or other expensive products that you want to purchase. 4, come up with an ideal amount that you would like to spend on birthdays or anniversaries or holidays. Next, add it all up. I know, scary, right? Once you have a list of your expenses and how much they will cost you per year, you'll be ready to break up that amount into bite-sized pieces. Step 3, divide by the number of paychecks you receive. Do you get paid monthly, twice a month, every other week, or weekly? You can easily manage your savings goals by saving a little bit of money from each paycheck. It's a good idea to keep track of everything on a spreadsheet. You can use a good old pen and paper or use Triggator for budgeting and savings goals. Triggator was designed as a paycheck budget system that lets you keep your savings goals as a top priority. At Triggator, we like to call irregular expenses alligator expenses because they tend to sneak up and ambush you. As long as you've been saving for these things, it's not a problem. You'll have the money when you need it and you're all set. But if you don't have the money, this is often where budgets fail. Use Triggator to list all your expenses that you came up with. Triggator will calculate what you should save from each paycheck. You'll be able to know how much you should save from each paycheck to reach your goal. If you find that you weren't able to save due to unexpected circumstances, you can easily adjust your goal by recalculating your savings amount or changing how much you want to save. Step 4, what to do if you need money fast. If you don't have much time, what can you do to still meet your goal? First, try to accelerate the savings by putting extra money into that fund. You can try and get a little extra money from selling stuff, work bonuses, tax refunds, a second job, a side hustle, or anything else to fill up your savings account. Second, try to cut expenses in other budget categories and move the money to the area that you need it the most. For example, could you cut back on eating out? Do you typically overspend by shopping online? Could you contact your insurance provider or your cell phone provider and check for a better rate? What does your budget look like? Where are you overspending that is hurting your ability to save for things that are important to you? If you've added extra money and you've cut your budget, do you still come up short? Try not to be discouraged. It's actually a good thing that you caught on to the fact that you don't have enough money early on. This will help you find a better path to follow so you're not totally overwhelmed when the bills come due. If you've planned your non-monthly expenses and you can't quite cover everything with your paychecks, here are some things that might help. Go back through your list. Are there any items that you can cut out or reduce? Can you plan for a less expensive birthday party? If you reduced Christmas a little, could that cover a different category? Are there subscriptions that you don't really use, like magazines, gym memberships, or streaming TV services that you could cut out? Could you reduce your budget on a variable category like groceries in order to save for something important like car maintenance? Shifting just $5 a paycheck could help you save another $100 per year. Can you come up with extra money elsewhere? Do you have anything that you can sell that you don't use anymore? Could you earn extra money on the side? Now on to step 5, where to keep your money. You're probably thinking, a savings account, duh. So this money is not a cookie jar that can be snitched from. It should be respected and allowed to fulfill its purpose. In other words, don't touch it. Leave it alone until you need it. I keep this money in a separate account from my regular budget money so that it doesn't accidentally disappear. Have you ever uttered the words, "Where did all my money go?" So I use Ally Bank, which has been rated as the #1 online bank. It keeps my money out of reach and doesn't cross paths with groceries, utilities, or mortgage. I'm not affiliated with that bank other than I just have an account with them. I know I can hear some of the grumbles through the internet and through this video. It sounds like a pain in the neck to have yet another bank to keep track of. If a separate bank account doesn't work for you, just try a separate savings account. You can easily keep track of how much money it is in the account and what it's for by writing it down or using Triggator's budget app. If you follow this plan in the coming months, you'll likely recognize how amazing it feels to be prepared and have money set aside to pay for the things that are coming your way. You'll also likely come to rely on this method because it creates total peace of mind. Now, savings is great to avoid debt, but if you're already in debt and you're looking to escape its deathly grip, then you should definitely watch this video next. Enjoy life more, worry about money less, and I will see you next time.